Sean is bringing Blood Angels today in our friendly match. Trying to have as many opportunities as possible for scoring units, Sean is bringing 3 tactical squads as his troop choices. A unit of 10, 8 and 7, respectively kitted out with a missile launcher, flamer and plasma gun, are there to do the main legwork and provide a well-rounded answer for most problems Eldar could potentially throw at him. A Space Marine captain as his HQ choice should help to bolster one of these units and generally add a little bit of extra support when needed. Finally, Sean's list is rounded out by a big fat dreadnought with combat weapons and a plasma cannon. This bad girl has been included to give Sean a hard centre and something to really worry any big units the Eldar might bring to the table. Ghost is also bringing a relatively friendly Eldar list. An Eldar Farseer mounted on a jet bike and armed with the psychospell Doom takes the HQ spot. The Farseer is there to lend support where needed and throw Doom on targeted units as the Eldar force focuses its fire. The troop choices are comprised of 3 units. A unit of 10 Guardians to babysit an Eldar missile launcher makes for a cheap unit to sit back and make an understated nuisance of itself. 13 more Guardians to guard a Warlock with concealment have been employed to babysit the Wraithlord and ensure that Wraithsight isn't an unnecessary hindrance. Finally, a unit of 10 Dire Avengers with an Exarch with Bladestorm provides a devastating prospect that can pump out a lot of Strength 4 shots and is almost guaranteed to wipe out units. The Eldar force is rounded out with a Wraithlord armed with 2 Flamers and a Bright Lance. The Wraithlord was kitted out to sit back with the Warlock Guardian unit, then snipe at heavily armoured units or characters with the hope of popping them or insta-killing them. Then, the Dual Flamers will help later in the game in mopping up any residual units that are left over.
After a warp storm opened, the Blood Angels find themselves trapped in feudal Japan. Now the Blood Angels, soul drinkers, and the Ultramarines must cooperate if they wish to defeat the Eldar.
Thanks for the narration there, Shorty.
You're welcome.
Ghost and Sean here for Harlequin Halls. We've got I think roughly about 1,000 and a bit points size game. We just kind of grabbed a few things off the shelf to have a bit of fun with. Sean, why don't you tell us where you've deployed your forces?
Well, I've got a tac squad of Ultramarines there, obviously.
Yeah, and what's in the squad?
Well, in the squad I've got 7 bolters, a flamer,
yep,
a missile launcher, and a sergeant who's got a chainsword and a mini bolter.
Yep.
Yep.
And then over here?
Over here I have a tactical squad of half-painted soul drinkers.
Yep. With a few interesting things there.
Yeah, with
got a plasma, a melter,
and
a
3
flamer,
bolters.
A sergeant, and a missile launcher.
Mm-hmm.
And over here we've got some more. We've got some Blood Angels
with 4 bolters, a plasma, a flamer, or is that a melter?
No, I think it's a whatever it is.
One of the 2, a rocket launcher and a sergeant.
Commander.
Sergeant at all.
Sorry, you're a Space Marine commander.
Yep.
And we've got the Venerable Dreadnought just chilling there. Thank you, Rob. You champion. Alright, so I've got set up over here. Wraithlord sitting up on the hill with a squad of Guardians with the Eldar missile launcher. Pod just looking out over, hopefully with both of them sitting up on the hill they'll be able to snipe at anything coming around the middle of the tea house. Then over here we've got some more Guardians and there's a Warlock sitting in there who's there to basically make sure that the Wraithlord keeps his shit together. Got a squad of Dire Avengers with Bladestorm and a Farseer on jet bike. So that's basically how it's looking at the beginning of the game. We're playing Annihilation and obviously Spearhead. So hopefully this game will be an entertaining one. We'll see how it is at the end of... Well, we haven't even rolled to see who's going first, so we might as well do that.
Yes.
Sean, my good man, roll.
I will roll.
Roll 2. I raise your 2 with it. No, I don't raise your 2 with 1. So Sean has first turn. We'll see you at the end of Space Marine at turn 1. Sean it.
Howdy.
Alright, Space Marine turn 1. What happened?
Well, all the tac squads moved around.
Yep.
And 1 bolter from the Blood Angels tac squad was within range to shoot at the Eldar Guardians.
Oh yeah, the Eldar Guardians shot at the
plinth the ones that were on the plinth up there, and it went
and just
missed him.
Just a bit pathetic, but
yeah, it was very pathetic. But then the Venerable Dreadnought caught the Wraithlord in his sights and decided to shoot his plasma cannon and hurt him badly.
Managed
well,
to
not badly, but hurt him.
Managed to pop off a wound, so basically just all a bit of moving around. But considering the way the terrain's set up, I don't think it was that bad. Cool. So we shall see at the end of Eldar turn 1. And it's time now for a recap. The Eldar have been shit. To put it bluntly. Okay, the Dire Avengers moved over here behind the forest with the Farseer. He tried to cast, I believe it was Fortune or...
Yeah, it was Fortune.
Yeah, Fortune or something on them, and failed it for some god knows what reason, which is a bit annoying. Nothing happened, so that was a bit boring. The Dire Avengers then decided to fire on the attack squad, and despite having a really wicked sick hit ratio, they did no wounds at all, which is a bit annoying. So then following on from that, the Warlock that was located in this Guardian squad popped off concealment on these Guardians, just so that, you know, for something rather than doing nothing. And they just sat there because they're out of range of anything that they could kill. Wraithlord fired off his Bright Lance and was just like, boo! Oh, we missed.
And the Dreadnoughts are like, what the hell was that?
So that was a bit annoying. And then over here, the Guardians all just kind of crowded around behind the hill and fired off the Eldar missile launcher at the attack squad and only killed 1 Marine, even though it hit 5, which was a bit annoying and disappointing. And they passed their pinning test. So all in all, the Eldar had a pretty shit turn. So hopefully the Space Marines don't capitalise too much on it in the following turn. Sean,
Hi.
would you like to tell us what happened in Space Marine turn 2?
Sure thing. Blood Angel stayed stationary so that their missile launcher could shoot off at the Eldar Guardians over there.
Oh, which by the way I need to roll a panic check for.
Ooh, they do. Man, that is gonna look sexy on YouTube.
Oh yeah, new camera, looking good. On 8, what do we got? We got a 2 and a 2, so they love it. They're fine. So these guys sustained a couple of casualties from the missile launcher. Soul Drinkers ran, trundled really.
They moved forward 6 inches and then they're like, oh, that was a big 6 inches. I can only move another 2. They moved up 6 inches. The Ultramarines moved up 6 inches.
Yep, and they
fired off at the
Farseer.
Farseer, that's it.
And managed to do 2 wounds despite its awesome
good.
cover saving shit. And the Dreadnought?
Dreadnought tried to shoot the Wraithlord, hit him, but did nothing.
So that was a bit of a pain. So it was painful for the Eldar, but I think it could have been a whole lot worse because I think I was a bit lucky with the rolls for the Farseer. You definitely could have wiped him out.
Yep.
Alright, we shall see at the end of Eldar turn 2. This is what we call a very, very, very useless general, and I'm very not happy with him right now. Successfully this game, what has he managed to do? He's successfully managed to take wounds. He successfully managed to do nothing useful other than cast Doom once on a single squad and then miscast everything else. What a dick. Anyway, and other news for the rest of Eldar turn 2. What happened? Guardians moved around. Shawnee, would you like to narrate what else happened?
I think it was the missile and the Wraithlord.
Yep.
Shot at my Dreadnought.
Yep, Wraithlord shook the Dreadnought and the missile launcher knocked off its plasma cannon, so that was really good for me.
Which sucks, which means you can't move or do anything next turn, because he's a dick.
Dire Avengers moved into the forest and then blade stormed the doomed TAC Marines, and despite having 30-something shots with re-rolls to wound, I think I missed like 3 hits.
Yeah.
And then ended up with something like, you know, at least like 25 wounds.
Yeah.
You still have 4 Marines left.
Yeah,
so he actually did an amazing job of surviving. I thought they were going to be obliterated. And then this sad excuse for a dickhole decided to fire 1 shot at the TAC Marines and successfully did fuck all.
Tried to shoot at the tea house or something.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, look, hey, look, I'm going to look at what I can do. Absolutely nothing. Let's go just die like a twat. Anyway, so as you can clearly tell, I'm not all that thrilled. This is basically what the board's looking like at the end of turn 2. So let's see what happens in Space Marine turn 3.
Okay, end of Space Marines turn 3. The Ultramarines missile launcher shot at the Dire Avengers and killed 1, wasn't it? Yeah, killed 1, which was pretty pathetic. Well, they're in trees, I guess, so that's not terrible. And then the other guys with the bolters shot at the Dire Avengers and killed one. No, they didn't do anything. They killed nothing, which sucked. And the rocket launcher from the Blood Angels shot at...
kill another couple of the...
They shot over at the Guardians and killed one, which was pretty good. Dreadnought can't do anything. The Soul Drinkers moved up 6 inches and then ran 6 inches because they got a second wind this time rather than being pathetic. And that's all. So we'll see you at the end of Eldar turn 3. Catch ya.
End of Eldar turn 3, progressing on to turn 4, just before we do. Eldar did some stuff and things. Some things and stuff. Eldar missile launcher fired on and managed to kill another Blood Angel in that little exchange between them, but didn't pin them again. The Guardians moved right around and shot at the soldiers and I think killed a couple of them.
They killed 2.
There you go. And they have conceal on them, which is nice. In the Titanic clash, the Wraith Lord moved forward and popped off his Bright Lance at the Dreadnought and did 3 parts of bugger all, which is a bit annoying. The Dire Avengers assaulted the Ultramarines and wiped them out and consolidated a whole 1 inch! So that was a bit pathetic.
But they did kill 4 Ultramarines.
Yeah, they killed 4 Ultramarines, which was nice. Mind you, they were doomed, so... So that's how things are looking at the end of turn 3. So let's go on to Space Marine turn 4, and hopefully we'll see a bit of retribution for the Space Marines. Shona!
Howdy.
Alright, what happened at the end of Space Marine turn 4?
Well, Soul Drinkers moved up and they flamed 5 dudes, I think it was.
Yeah, and then assaulted and wiped
out that entire squad of Guardians.
And that took a Warlock with them.
Took the Warlock with them, so that was pretty tidy. And Venerable Dreadnought moved up. And attacked the...
Assaulted the Dreadnought. The Wraith Lord.
Assaulted the Wraith Lord.
God,
gave him an extra wound. And the Wraith Lord was like, oh yeah? Well, I'm going to miss when I try and hit you back.
And that was pretty crap.
So that was pretty awesome.
Wraith Lord's sitting on 1 wound, so it's not looking good. It's kind of evenly matched though, I guess, because...
Yeah, we're actually looking a bit better than we did last time.
The Dreadnoughts are just like, so we don't have an arm, but you only have 1 wound, so... Yeah. Mind you, the Dire Avengers are sitting way out here in the out open, which is a bit annoying. Not really sure what it is that I'm going to do here. So that'll be interesting.
See you at the end of Eldar turn 4.
Woo! Of Eldar turn 4. Wow. It had its highs and lows, and it was over and done with in about 5 minutes. The Wraith Lord flamed the shit out of the Soul Drinkers and killed 2. The missile launcher blew up the Dreadnought. It just exploded and disintegrated. Oh, and the Wraith Lord also disintegrated, evaporated with his Bright Lance. A dude there, so that's pretty cool. The Dire Avengers had a look at those Blood Angels who were doomed and thought, yeah, we'll Bladestorm them. Yeah. And they did absolutely nothing. Let's see the impersonation of the Blood Angels right there. What happened?
Shuriken in my shoulder pad.
It was fair entertaining. So that was the end of Eldar turn 4, and we'll come back at the end of Space Marine turn 5.
Ghost, tell us what happened.
Okay, this was a very, very quick turn for the Space Marines. The Blood Angels turned around and started to do something useful, and they evaporated with the flame of the Farseer and took him out for 6. Over here, the Soul Drinkers turned around and tried to give everything that they had at the Wraith Lord, but unfortunately wasn't able to do anything. They got very close, I believe, though. So that's the end of Space Marine turn 5, and we will see what happens at the end of Eldar turn 5 and see whether or not the game continues. At the moment, we're sitting even because we had Farseer and Squad of Guardians with the Warlock in it are dead, so that's 2 points, and on the Space Marine side, the Dreadnought was killed and so was the Ultramarine attack squad. So this turn, Eldar have got to pull something out to ensure victory. So let's see how we go. Sean,
howdy guys.
We have just rolled the dice and we're proceeding on to turn 6, so end of turn 5, what's happened?
Well, Wraith Lord used 2 flamers. First flamer did nothing. Second flamer killed a dude. Star Cannon did nothing.
And the remaining Guardians,
the missile launcher did nothing as well, didn't it? Or did it kill something?
I can't remember. It's something.
Besides, the Soul Drinks have one dude left.
Yeah.
And then the
Over here, it was actually really quite comical. The Dire Avengers were like, okay, well, we just Blade Stormed in the previous turn, which did nothing. Let's see if we can assault. Alright, so we'll move forward 6, and then we'll run, and then we'll assault. And I'm like, okay, roll for 1. Oh, I got a 1 for the run roll. You should have seen my face. I was about ready to shit my pants.
It was hilarious.
But just by like the skin of the teeth, we were within the assault range for the Blood Angels. And nobody managed to do any wounds, so that was a bit weird, really.
Very weird.
So we're heading into
Space Marine turn 6.
And at the end of this turn, we're hoping there's a clear winner, because at the present time, still there is no clear victory. It's
Nothing yet.
tied. So we'll see how we go.
Ghost, tell us what happened.
It was very, very quiet. The missile launcher fired off at the Wraith Lord and missed straight up. And then over in this combat here with the Blood Angels and the Dire Avengers, this is really just kind of a scrap, I guess. The Dire Avengers managed to cause 1 wound and kill 1 Marine, but the Blood Angels weren't able to do anything in return. So it's going to the wire. Eldar are going to have to kill the Soul Drinker, and then that's a 1-up victory and not die over there. So to get any sort of prospects for winning. So
Sean, end of the game, and game ended up at end of turn 6. Would you like to tell us what happened in the final turn?
I'd love to. These guys, they tried to shoot at the 1 Soul Drinker that was left there. They did nothing. The Wraith Lord finally managed to vaporize him on his first shot.
No, second flame.
Oh, with his second flamer, that's right.
So how did it go? Well, there's like everything shooting at him, and the Space Marine's going like,
What the shit? Okay.
yeah. So it was pretty entertaining, to say the least.
Pretty awesome. And
then over here,
Dire Avengers came up, but this guy's dead, isn't he?
yeah,
Yeah. Dire Avengers came up and like...
did sweet bugger all to the Blood Angels, and the Astartes managed to kill 2 of them in return.
Yep.
But they managed to hold their resolve, and they didn't flee. So we're looking at altogether a 3 victory points for the Eldar for a kill of the Dreadnought, Ultramarines, and Soul Drinkers. And the Space Marines, very close and very lucky, very fortunate that the Dire Avengers didn't die here. Killing a squad of Guardians and the Farseer. So, Shawnee, yet again, good game, buddy.
Good game. No, I had a good time.
And that's us from Harlequin Halls, and we'll see you in the next one.
If you enjoyed this video and don't want to miss anything coming out on the Ghost Channel, head on over to the official Ghost Channel Facebook page and like it. You won't miss a trick and get extra updates and progress reports not shown on YouTube. What's not to love? The link is displayed and is also in the video description.
You feel the clips like Pharrell. You will feel me. You will admire. Struggle, hustle, soul, desire.